Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. This is Salon's Blog. A very beautiful morning to you wherever you are on the globe, especially on the continent of Africa. I know you guys are still in your morning, or it's now in your morning. Time for breakfast. We are in the afternoon. It is lunch hour here in Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise. You are in America, you are in Canada, or anywhere you are, dear friend. You are highly welcome to this midweek. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. It is a beautiful, beautiful day indeed. And I'm glad to be here this very hour. Dear friends, today or tonight, Chelsea have a game against Barrow. EFL Cup tonight. But before we get into that later in the evening, dear friend, I am back with Mikel Obi once again. Oh yeah, he is my man. And as long as he is speaking, I will also be speaking on this channel. You know, he has a podcast. And so whatever he says on that podcast, it goes viral. And I'm also doing my bit here. Ladies and gentlemen, Mikel Obi once again speaking about my boy Nicolas Jackson. Oh yeah, and I was right listening carefully. I heard all that he said. And it's interesting to note that be it as it is, we all want the best for our club football, our Chelsea Football Club. We all want the best for our club. I believe that his main aim is to get the best for Chelsea. Whether he wants Victor Osimhen to come in and replace Nicolas Jackson, or he just saying it because he wants Nicolas Jackson to improve. Whatever it is all about Chelsea Football Club. It is about Chelsea. And it's not our personal, something. No. It's not personal. It's not, for me, I don't see that as personal. I see it as he wants the best for Chelsea. I also want the best for Chelsea. And I'm on the view that you can criticize a player and the player can learn or can take it in good faith if that criticism is constructive. If that criticism is constructive. Now, he spoke again, and this time around, I agree with him perfectly. He said, Mikel Obi, and I quote him, he said, Jackson is keeping me quiet and shutting me up. I came out and said what everybody wanted to say, and nobody could say it. And now he is shutting not only me up, he is shutting everybody up. He says that Jackson is shutting him up on the performances that he's putting up. Indeed, Jackson scored a goal after the first statement Mikel Obi made. And after scoring a goal, he did like this. Mikel Obi, shut up. Now, Jackson again scored a brace in our last game. Mikel Obi now came up again and said, wow, the young man indeed is shutting me up. He did not just end there. Mikel Obi said a lot. And I want to let you understand something. I am not after Mikel Obi. I'm not against anyone. All I'm doing is for you and I to analyze Chelsea. We want to understand how things works out. Okay? We are all working towards the same. It is about Chelsea. It's not about individual issue. No. He again said, if the players are watching or listening to this and taking what we say on board, then that's what I want. Jackson wants the best for the club. This is Mikel Obi saying it. He said Jackson wants the best for the club. Means that he understands that the player is desiring to get the best for Chelsea Football Club. He said, I have said time and time again, there is a player there. There is a fantastic player there. And it's amazing to see he is taking what I'm saying on board to improve. Well, this is the only part that I disagree. Because his first season in the Premier League, you were judging him wrongly based on the first season performance. Forgetting that many players, big players, comes into the Premier League and they flop. So if you were judging him based on the first season, non-penalty goals, 14 goals, non-penalty. Dear friend, then that is where I'm having issues with you, Mikel. He said, and it's amazing to see he's taking what I'm saying on board to improve. I don't believe so. I don't believe it's not about what you are saying. I believe that the player is desirous, the player is improving, and that is what we expect from him to do. My God, the way he scored the 2 goals is absolutely fantastic. Mikel Obi. Unquote. Well, dear friend, it is your breakfast. I would not like to stress you. Let's put that aside. We move on. Our coach spoke yesterday to the press because of today's game. And he said many things. You see, let me tell you something. I personally, I think I have found a new level of confidence heading into Chelsea's games. Knowing we have a manager that will set up tactically against any opponent. Any opponent. Our last 3 games, when I study those games carefully, if you have not watched my last night game video, please go back and watch it. I analyzed the whole game. I analyzed the whole game from the beginning, from the kickoff to possession to out of possession. Please get back and watch that game. And watch that analysis is very, very important. You see, I think I have found a new level of confidence currently heading into Chelsea's games, knowing we have a manager that will set up tactically against any opponent. Any opponent, tactically. We set up in different ways. Our setups currently is not static. At times, you look at our opponent and feel, nah, they are tactically or worst team to play. I haven't had that feeling recently because of Maresca. Yeah. It's still early, but I don't think he has played 2 games with the same approach. He has not played 2 games with the same approach. In fact, 3. He did not play 2 games with the same approach. Man is just a class. I believe that he's trying to foment his own pathway. He learned something from Pep Guardiola, but based on his own experiences, he's trying to add certain qualities, certain things to our game, our style of play that you don't even see in Maresca's, Pep Guardiola's style. You don't even see some of the things that he's doing in what Pep Guardiola is doing with Man City. All right? We are lucky right now to have him on board. I hope he continues. I hope this continues. Oh yes. I hope. You see, he said many things about many players. He spoke at length about many players that yesterday in the interview. And personally, I want you to understand something. The way the coach speaks, the way he speaks right now, it's obvious that Chelsea this season, we can achieve a lot. And I want you to give him the maximum respect as our head coach, Enzo Maresca. I often say, movement is key in football. Movement is key in football. Looking at the style of play from this current squad under Enzo Maresca, inverting fullback to create overloads is not common. Interpretation of space to free up teammates is not common. Understanding of teammates' movement, which many coaches, they try to instill that or inculcate that into their players, is not easy. Unbalancing opponent structure, that is another aspect. And creating an opening and being decisive in goal scoring. These are qualities of what we are seeing in Chelsea right now, dear friend. It's beautiful. These are qualities, and it's the reason why we must respect Enzo Maresca. It is your breakfast. I will not take it for long. But I want you to watch this video on your screen. Before I go to some of the statements made by Enzo Maresca, maybe 2 or 3, before I let you go for a breakfast, watch the players on your screen and tell me, by their names, who can you identify there? You see, is it dinner or lunch together? All seated around the table. If you can identify them, let me hear from you in the comment section, one by one. Beautiful. That is team bonding. Team bonding. This is team bonding. I understand this took place in Enzo, is it either Enzo or Cucurella's house? Yeah. This is team bonding. Let me hear from you. The players you can identify on your screen right now. All right? Okay. Enzo Maresca, speaking at the press conference yesterday, he spoke about many of the players, and we are made to understand that. He said, okay, let me just say it this way. He said, I said that we are ahead of where we expect to be today. The progress of the team, currently, we are ahead of where we are expected to be right now. but not in terms of results. This is Enzo Maresca speaking. But in terms of progression and how we are playing. In terms of results, we are far from City and Arsenal because we need to learn many things. This is our coach speaking. Enzo Maresca. He said we are ahead of where we are expected to be in terms of our play, the response of the players, how fast they are learning, in terms of progression and how we are playing. But in terms of result, we are far from Man City and Arsenal because we need to learn many things coming from Enzo Maresca. He also spoke on Ben Chilwell, dear friends. He made us understand. He said Ben Chilwell, Chukwuemeka, Achiampo, and George are in the squad for today's game. Ben Chilwell, Chukwuemeka, Achiampo, and George, Tariq George, they are in the squad for today's game. He spoke yesterday. He said they are in the squad for tomorrow, which is today. I'm happy that finally Ben Chilwell will have a chance. I'm happy. If it is cup competitions throughout the season, no problem. At least he'll be fit. And at the end of the season, if Maresca still doesn't like him or doesn't want him, but then he could get a better club and go, rather than staying there with the reserve team. So today, let's expect Ben Chilwell, Chukwuemeka, George Achiampo, and Tariq George in the squad for today's game. Again, he spoke on Mikel Mudryk. Maybe this is the last one and I'll let you go. I'll be back with an exclusive in the afternoon. He also spoke on Mikel Mudryk's situation. He said, I don't think it's a lack of confidence. Mudryk situation, our coach is saying he doesn't think it is lack of confidence. He said, Misha is Misha. You have to accept the way he is. Hopefully, he can get minutes and do better. Misha is Misha. You have to accept the way he is. Hopefully, he can get minutes and do better. Mikel Mudryk. Means that the coach has concluded. He has concluded that Misha cannot improve. How will I put it? It looks like they only have to carry him along. He's become like carry along. It's up to the player now to get things done as it's expected. Dear friend. Well, it is based on the training that is having the player, even extra sessions. Extra sessions. We know Mikel is a very fit player. He is physical. He is strong. He's got a pace. He's got a personality. He's got a skill set. The skill set that is needed. The talent is there. The skill set is there. But for me, it's the mentality, the final delivery. For me, quickly before I let you go this morning for your breakfast, Nicola Jackson is scoring goals, right? Oh yes. Cole Palmer continues to be excellent, and Moise Casado is finally starting to look like the player we thought he was when we signed him. Now we are seeing the real part of Caicedo in our last game. You see, the other problems are still said that it will take a while for the idea of Chelsea's competence to fully cut through to the broader consciousness. But in terms of purely the footballing, things are looking good. Dear friend, on that note, I'll see you in the next one when you see me. It is your breakfast. Enjoy your day carefully and wait for the next one. It will be hot and exclusive in the afternoon. See you when you see me, dear friends. Shalom and peace.